I ask for the truth on behalf of Jason Gimly King concerning relationship issues. What is the situation at the moment with his ex? And I ask this in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the crow, the carrier of souls from darkness into light. And we just cut the deck for you there, Jason, and we'll move the cards to the side. I'll deal out 3 cards, and the 3 that we deal will be the past, the present and the future. For example, the first card is the recent past. So this is really a period of time just recently, isn't it? Around about the last 3 or 4 weeks or so. You could say the last 28 days. I usually relate it to a moon phase. And then you just say it's about a month ago, isn't it? The next card, of course, is the present, so that's what's happening now, which I suppose in a way, as we said before, is the most important one in a way, isn't it? Whereas the final third card there is the immediate future. And that's a period of time between now and this time next month. You could say a month into the future, couldn't you? About 28 days ahead, a moon phase ahead there. Let's just see what's been going on though in this relationship with you and your ex. What's been going on there? Suppose the first card, we could say we're establishing the situation, aren't we? We're sort of just getting a grip of just it's the beginning of the story, isn't it, really? That's what it is. So we'll just bring the card round here, and what we'll do, just flip it nice and slowly there, not to disturb the energy. And there we have the 5 of Wands. Crowley refers to the 5 of Wands as the Lord of Strife. 5 is loss. Wands is fire, so it's related to energy. Fire is related to energy, isn't it? And it's also related to the number 1. So spiritual essence. And the 5 is any number between 4 and 9. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Those numbers are related to the element of water. So you could say the watery part of fire. Mental and moral qualities of spiritual essence. It indicates really that just recently, yes, I suppose the Sagittarian energy there as well, with the magic involved. I don't know what that may be, but certainly it's indicating that there has been strife in that sense, a lot of disorder, a lot of turmoil, and no doubt arguments, disputes, and overall very unhealthy. Maybe that is why she's your ex. Maybe you've met up with her over the past month or so, and this is why she's your ex. I don't know, but certainly things have been unhealthy. Maybe you've tried to establish contact with her just lately, and she's sort of reminded you that this is why we are apart or whatever. I want to pull the next card out here to see what's going on now, to establish the present energy. We're just gonna we'll just bring the card round here, and we'll just flip it nice and slowly, not to disturb the energy as we do there. And notice Notice there we've got the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups says, well, of course, the Queen is the watery part of, and Cups is water, so it's the watery part of water. In this particular case, she is often referred to as a shaman and an enchanter. Maybe, or other than having the power to heal, she can be a sign that yes, there's magic at work right now, but also she can symbolise your intuition as well, because cups is to do with feelings, to do with emotions and things like that. And really this is to do with the fact that you are emotionally charged, but nevertheless you're using your a bit like when you scry into a pond or something like that, or a crystal ball or whatever, and you see reflections. I get a sense of reflections while I'm thinking reflections. I don't know why. Maybe you've looked in the mirror or something like that, or metaphorically anyway, and you've seen a part of yourself maybe you don't like, and of course a part of yourself in this relationship that you don't like as well, that you've tried so hard to shake off, but for some strange reason you just couldn't do it. And it's and why I'm focusing on the wings, I don't know. What are the wings here? Why am I sort of focusing on that? I don't know. It's as if for some strange reason spread your wings. The wings on an angel, of course, symbolises the movement of messages, with the angel being a messenger. Maybe it's movement of emotions. Right now, it is a court card, all said and done, isn't it? And of course, this is maybe what the soul retrieval even is to do with as well. She is to me. I always tend to think she's an owl. I always tend to look onto the owl energy, and owl, of course, represents your ancestral spirit guides, and paying attention to signs and omens is always good right now, of course. Let's just see what's around the corner. Let's just see what potentially, if you follow this path, what potentially what could come of this. We'll just get this this card here. This represents the immediate future, doesn't it? We'll just bring that around there, we'll just flip it nice and slowly, and then we'll just see what it's about. The Eight of Coins. Crowley calls the Eight of Coins the Lord of Prudence. Maybe in this particular case, of course, it represents, notice the owl again there, silhouetted. The ancestral spirit guides moving forward into the future, as if to provide you the insight through signs and omens. Things that happen are giving you a sign. When that such and such a thing happens, it's happening for a reason. Why is it happening? You know why. Why is it happening? Pay attention to it, listen to it. There's knowledge there. This is what's being said. With the recent strife, with the recent turmoil and disorder, and with you having this ability to use your intuition from a shamanic point of view even, you can move on and use intellect, common sense, and of course prudence in the Crowley sort of sense. 8 is challenge. Any number between 4 and 9, of course, is water, so it's the watery part of earth, because coins is earth, which is mental and moral qualities of the physical vehicle. We've gone from mental and moral qualities of spiritual essence through to mental and moral qualities of the physical vehicle, as if as if the spiritual essence, the very energy of this relationship will materialise in a sort of as a sort of challenge. 8 is challenge. The 5 of the loss. The 6, the analysis of the 6, the weakness of the 7, the challenge of the 8, the peak of the magic at 9. And this is, isn't it? This is what it's about. Paying attention to signs. I'm still looking onto the owl here, as if the shaman there, the shamanic energy has moved forward into the moon. The moon is, although it isn't strictly that, but it's the owl and the silhouetted on the moon. The moon is introspection, isn't it? And often the twilight, just as the sun sets, that time when animals find it hard to hunt, the owl can hunt. Often twilight is called owl light, isn't it? For that reason. So maybe you can use the owl's energy, your ancestral spirit guides, listen to what they are saying to you, and by doing that you can work out what this is about. And of course it can assist you in what you do next. Do we wallow in self-pity, or do we move on with what we know, with the knowledge that we acquire? Do we pay attention to the signs? If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, flaps its wings like a duck, it is probably a duck, and there's no way we can make it anything else. We can't turn it into a goose, we can't turn it into a cow, we can't turn it into a pig, we can't turn it into anything other than what it is. We can try and convince ourselves that it is something else, but it won't change anything. I want to pull out some runes here to see what energies are just floating around. For the recent past, of course, the Lord of Strife, the turmoil and the disorder. Although you've got manas there, mankind, although there has been humanity involved in it, as if people have been trying to be reasonable regardless of the disorder. People have been trying to keep the peace regardless, which is of course always a good idea, isn't it? Right now, using your intuition, using shamanic energies, of course there the lag is birth. It can symbolise birth, it can symbolise love, pure love usually, and maybe if it is pure unconditional love, then maybe if you do love her, if she does love you, and if this isn't right, maybe the right thing to do is to follow your intuition, and what? In the immediate future, the day, the daggers, to see the light of day, to realise the realisation, notice there the daggers, and of course the knowledge and the insight with the Lord of Prudence. Just accept it for what it is and move on. If you really love this person, maybe you will let her go and do her own thing, given that you two are not meant to be, either for now or for later, but certainly for the immediate future. There is a lot to be learned, a lot of insight, and I get a sense as though you may be learning something you didn't know about. To be, I don't know about secret revealed. I want to just pull another rune here just to see what this may indicate. Something coming to light there, Canas. Something coming to light as you view it there. There's something coming to light with the realisation of the daggers of the day. The torch, the can, a bit like when you put a poker in the fire and it starts to glow, it comes to light, and something is going to come to light here. If you don't sort of, if you're not able to interpret the signs and omens within the next 3 or 4 weeks or so, between now and around about the 5th and 6th of November, then certainly it will come to light, and you will be made to listen, you will be made to see, you will be made to realise. With that, I think for now we will gather the runes up, and as we do, we just say blessed be to Odin and all the Norse gods, and we will just give them a quick mix, I think, in the bag, and then of course finally, as we know, for now there, Jason, these cards have spoken.